And good morning to you from the Storm Alert Weather Center. This is lead forecaster Daniel Wilson. Glad to have you along this morning. It's a little bit just after 2 o'clock Central Time, and we're burning the midnight oil tonight. We wanted to prepare something a little bit different for you to let you know about the upcoming weather expected for today, meaning Saturday, across the Lake Cumberland and Green River area. And we'll get right down to business, but first we have to have a commercial break to tell you that our weather coverage is brought to you by the fine folks at Joe Brown's Auto Body Repair in Columbia, 384-0422. Joe Brown, 384-0422. If you need a towing, if you have an accident, you need repairs done to your vehicle, Joe Brown is the person to contact. 384-0422. All right, we'll get right down to business and let you know what we're expecting to happen and what's going on in the world of weather. We had a lot of rainfall and a lot of flood watches are in effect. In fact, flash flood watches are in effect until Sunday night at midnight. This has been an ongoing problem, and we're expecting another 2 to 3 inches of rainfall before it's all over with across much of our region. And we could see isolated areas of more rainfall than 2 to 3. Could see up to 4 in some places, but 2 to 3 will probably be the big percentage as we make our way and end this all late Saturday night into Sunday. The Storm Prediction Center for today has our area in a slight risk of severe thunderstorms, meaning scattered severe storms are possible on today. And we will get right down to business of how we think that things will start to play out and how that we can see if the ingredients and the, I guess you would say, the parameters or everything is coming together for severe weather and what we think about it. Now, the first thing we will look at, and some of these numbers are impressive, but you have to remember this is some wind speeds that we anticipate, and this is the 850 millibar wind model that shows winds that are approximately 1 mile or so above the ground. You can see the temperatures or the wind speeds anywhere from almost 80, 73, 74, 75 miles per hour. And we would look at that, and people will say, well, you know, why are you telling us something that's going on way up in the atmosphere? Because with wind speeds such as this, it is one of the ingredients that we could have be one of the things that we look for to bring on severe weather. It's one of the ingredients, I guess you would say, for severe weather. And this is winds aloft at about a mile off the ground. And you can see that definitely plenty of energy that way as far as wind speeds go, anywhere between nearly 75 to 80 miles per hour. Now, the wind gust on the ground, as we see these storms start to materialize and move through the area, we're expecting wind speeds between 45 and 55 miles per hour. That is across much of south central Kentucky. And that will be something that we'll have to watch for, even if we don't have a severe thunderstorm. It's likely that we could still see these wind gusts, and this is what you'll feel on the ground, anywhere between 45 and 55 miles per hour. That would be something we would definitely need to look for and to be prepared for tomorrow night as those storms move through. And we're going to give you some tracking on that in just a moment. But we'll go ahead and look at the CAPE values. This is kind of like the gasoline for for thunderstorms, and these values are not exceptionally high. I've seen some thunderstorms events where the energy or the CAPE would be less, and you still have a severe thunderstorm event. Then I've seen it go extremely high and not have anything much at all. But with these values, I would say that it's on the low to medium scale as an ingredient or a parameter for severe weather. And it's something that we'll have to watch as we go into the day and see how things play out. This is something that is very important that we follow. So the CAPE values, the energy values, are not exceptionally high in this particular thunderstorm event, but nonetheless, it's enough that we feel it necessary to watch. Dew points tomorrow. Not exactly what you would say would be warm enough to bring in a vast amount of severe weather, but anytime you run anything over 60 degrees or so, that is for sure an ingredient that would be necessary for severe weather. And we're right on the borderline for that to happen today. And that is meaning Saturday, since it is 2 o'clock or a little bit after 2 o'clock on Saturday morning. Temperatures across the state tomorrow, anywhere from, now this is kind of the late evening, anywhere between 59, 60 or so degrees tomorrow. And that would also be a contributing factor to severe weather as we make our way through the day tomorrow. Looking at now, this is a little bit on the future radar. We could expect to see showers and kind of a drizzly day throughout, or the remaining part of the morning. And as we put everything into play, you'll see the rainfall begin to be more prominent, and some of that rain could be heavy at times as we make our way into the morning. And then, if you notice, we have a kind of a lull or a drying out time for a little while tomorrow, and that could mean that we would have some breaks in the clouds where we would see some sunshine. And if that were to happen, that is one of the ingredients that would help to bring the temperatures up and the humidities up, and that could be more supportive of severe weather. And as we make our way into the afternoon, you start to see some of these thunderstorms. This is the first band of storms that moves through that would be impacting areas around Bowling Green. You can see some of these storms are moderate to strong around Morgantown, Russellville, Lewisburg, over around Madisonville. This is what we're seeing, and that should be around 3:30 or so tomorrow. And then as we bring the map closer into home, you can see still a chance of some maybe a stronger storm or a heavier rainfall off and on throughout the day. But then we continue to follow these storms as they move through. You can tell it's right in line with our coverage area, Russell and Adair County both. And then this will be the first wave that'll move through. Maybe another break in the clouds, some more breaks in the clouds as we go into the 9 o'clock hour. And then you can see these storms start to really fire up as they make their way into south central Kentucky, 11:30 or 12 o'clock or so, and then they move on out of the state. So we'll play all of that for you, and to let you see how that we expect things to go tomorrow. It's a little bit on the fast side, but it gives you an idea of how this system will move through. We have rain, showers. Some of it could be heavy at times throughout the day tomorrow. We will have a break in the showers and thunderstorms, and they become more numerous in the late evening. And then as we make our way into the closer to 10:30 or 11 o'clock tomorrow, you'll see those storms fire up. And again, we could have some isolated to strong, severe thunderstorms across the area. We'd like to remind folks that we will be watching the weather situation, and we'll be keeping you up to date with the latest in weather from the Storm Alert Weather Center. It's all brought to you by Joe Brown's Auto Body Repair in Columbia, 384-0422. 384-0422, Joe Brown's Auto Body Repair in Columbia. I'd like to say thank you all for tuning in this morning. Kind of a different program, different way of doing things, and we kind of want your opinion on what you think. Do you think this is something you like? If it's informative, if it's boring or whatever, we want to know if you enjoy this way of broadcasting and telling people about the chances of severe weather coming up across this area. So that's going to wrap it up. It's about 2:20 on Saturday morning. Severe weather day across Kentucky potentially, and we'd say we could see a few strong storms. Can't rule out the possibility of a tornado or two. That would be statewide. But we will be watching the situation, keeping you informed, and have live coverage if necessary as we go into the afternoon and evening tomorrow. This is lead forecaster Daniel Wilson saying thank you. Have a very pleasant Saturday.